Welcome back to Church History Stories. If you're new here, I cover major moments in church history and present-day events shaping faith communities. Before I dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Let's get started. Today we're looking at the escalating crisis in Taraba State, Nigeria, where violence has erupted between members of the United Methodist Church in Nigeria, also known as UMCN, and the newly formed Global Methodist Church in Nigeria, or GMCN. What began as a long-simmering dispute rooted in family feuds, property claims, and denominational division has tragically escalated into loss of life and widespread destruction. The focal point of this conflict was the Boy United Methodist Church in Bunkabu. Reports state that on Sunday, December 15th, violence broke out during a heated confrontation. Early accounts from local sources, and I emphasize these are still developing stories, indicate that a group entered the church premises, leading to a clash that resulted in the death of a 28-year-old man and injuries to others. Later that day, homes belonging to United Methodists were burned in acts of retaliation, tragically killing 2 young children inside, ages just 2 and 4. Bishop John Scholl, one of the United Methodist bishops in Nigeria, blamed Global Methodist Church members for initiating the violence, claiming they entered the building armed. On the other hand, neutral reports from the community itself paint a much more complicated picture, involving deeply rooted family disputes. Chris Ritter, writing on peopleneedjesus.net, shared an account from someone close to the community. According to this source, the Munga tribe, which occupies the area, has been divided by clan disputes spanning over 7 decades. These disputes, rooted in family feuds over land, became further inflamed by the denominational split. The source revealed that most of the community and church members aligned with the GMC, while a smaller faction, described as an aggrieved clan, refused to join the GMC. To them, the GMC felt like a John Wesley project. The immediate trigger occurred when GMC-aligned villagers reopened the church building to prepare for Christmas celebrations. UMC-aligned members, angered by this move, responded violently, resulting in the tragic death, destruction of property, and the need for military intervention. Zooming out from Bunkabu, this clash isn't isolated. It's part of a larger power struggle over properties and leadership in Taraba State. The Global Methodist Church currently occupies the main church headquarters in Jalingo, a prized asset on Yola Road. The UMCN, led by Reverend Micah Dopa, disputes this ownership and has openly accused the GMCN of financial struggles and illegal takeovers. In response, GMC leadership, including Reverend Basil Yayuba Yoila, asserts they have the legal rights to the property, even citing contributions from the late former governor, Reverend Jolly Nyame. GMC leaders argue they're not a breakaway faction, but instead, a body that formally exited the United Methodist Church over disagreements on issues like same-sex marriage. Authorities in Taraba State are clearly aware of how volatile the situation is. In Jalingo, the state capital, the 2 largest church auditoriums, Magami Jalingo Cathedral and McBride Church, have been confiscated and locked down by government security forces to prevent further violence. Visitors to the properties face thorough checks, and security is being provided by local police, vigilante groups, and members of Nigeria's Civil Defense Corps. Amid the chaos, official statements have been released. Bishop Tracy Malone of the United Methodist Church's Council of Bishops condemned the violence and offered condolences to the grieving families. Similarly, the Global Methodist Church's Assembly of Bishops called for peace and expressed their sorrow over the loss of life. But, as is often the case in complex situations like this, statements from leadership should be approached with caution. Both Bishop Scholl and other UMC bishops have not always proven to be reliable sources in past disputes. Their accounts, while emotional, are likely shaped to fit their broader denominational narratives. What remains clear is that violence, destruction, and grief have hit this community hard, and the facts on the ground are still murky. As we wrap up this episode, I want to emphasize this. The events in Nigeria are a sobering reminder of how deep divides, whether familial, cultural, or religious, can devastate communities when left unchecked. From church splits to old clan feuds, the issues here are complicated, and no one party can claim innocence. For now, we pray for those mourning, those injured, and those left without homes during what should be a season of peace and hope. I'll continue to monitor this story as it develops and bring you updates as we learn more. If you found this report informative, please give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on the stories shaping the modern church. Cheers.